And see you again after the game.
Giannis with it up top. His guys down big. Goes to the right side. Matthews buries it on the catch and shoot.
Consistency wins a game. Sometimes you have to double down. I'm sure that's what their coach told them to do in the locker room. Keep shooting your shot.
Add 2 points to the board.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
The Bucks at the controls. Giannis for 2. Wide open look won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
Knocked loose. Middleton to Bledsoe. Goes to the left side. Knocked loose. Lopez. Matthews. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Adetokunbo. Oh, a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Lopez. And the rebound grabbed by the Warriors. Short jumper won't fall. Knocked loose. Oh, if you're a fan, you love the will and the want. Ball's tied up. Neither player wants to give it up. The official's ready. Let's see who can take the jump. Golden State at the controls. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
Hey, look, this is a new wave. If a young cat catches you sleeping on the wrong night, it's definitely going to get 1 million+ views the next day.
Milwaukee with the basketball. Bledsoe to Middleton. Has a chance. Whoa, Chris Middleton. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Knocked loose. Warriors come up with it. Gets to the basket and scores.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Draymond Green with the block. That's out of bounds, off of Giannis. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Warriors basketball. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. good. Off a spin.
We got to tell our producer in the truck, you got to tag that highlight.
Giannis in control of the basketball. Down a bundle. Oh, bad pass there. Warriors have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
Now the Bucks gonna signal for a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Time for some new personnel into the game. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. To Curry for three. Great defense, forcing the miss. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
And like we've seen so many times, this is what you have to worry about with the Warriors. When they get on a run like this, they can put the game to bed in a hurry.
To Matthews. And a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Matthews, great feed, sets it up. 4-3, and the rebound taken by the Warriors. Curry with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Bucks at the controls. George Hill to Matthews. Here comes the screen. Matthews against the native of Sweden. Curry to bring it up. His guys holding the big lead. Stuffs it down with authority.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Curry. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Lopez. To Matthews. Yes, Wesley Matthews. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Green. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Hill to Matthews. Warriors come away with it. Alec Burks to Curry. Oh, he had him there for a second. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Here's lesson number 1. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of break dance move they might hit you with.
From the outside, no good.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Draymond Green. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2. Hill across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Count the basket. Deep 3 at the buzzer. The Warriors won the opening tip, so they have it to start the fourth quarter. And Jay, no surprise, the defending champs in complete control.
Ed, we call that first-class problems. Just too many weapons, and the rich keep getting richer. When you have 5 All-Stars on one team and then an NBA Finals MVP as well, that's a good problem, man.
Screen coming. George Hill to Matthews. Not today. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Matthews. Screen coming. Pau Gasol. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Russell. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
All right, let's do this.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Nice finish at the rim.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Eric Bledsoe, 4 out of 10.
In the paint, you need to finish, just like that.
Warriors have the basketball. Active fans to stay with it. We'll get a jump. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Green. Gets it in the left corner. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
I got him.
Middleton to Bledsoe. Here comes the screen. Trying to cash in. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Thompson. Fires the 3. Can't connect. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Bledsoe to Middleton. The Bucks with 4 to shoot. Middleton. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Curry. Jumper's good.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. 5 on the shot clock for Milwaukee.
Back door.
Has a look. Deep 2 there, won't go.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Bledsoe to George Hill. Has a chance. Bledsoe shot misses. Curry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Curling inside and finishes strong. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, they've done it again. Golden State has won the NBA Finals.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Warriors have earned the ultimate prize, an NBA championship. They faced adversity this season, but they didn't let it prevent them from achieving their dream. This was a series that will be hard to forget. The Bucks are experiencing the kind of disappointment that can't be shared by anyone but a teammate. It's pretty quiet in their locker room right now. I can only imagine how tough it must be. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Milwaukee Bucks allow far too many second chance points to end up on the positive end of the scoreboard. Over the course of the game, you can see how it took the wind out of their sails to keep giving up those second possessions.
Player of the game.
The highlight says it all. He's your player of the game.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.